Oh, hello. Welcome into my workshop and welcome to the show Creations of Clay. My name is Louis Paladini, and tonight I want to do something, a monster that everyone is familiar with. I want to make a Godzilla head, and I'm going to show you how to do that from start to finish. I'm not going to paint it tonight because I want to be able to show you the tremendous amount of detail with the texture and the skin. I'll just kind of rotate that so you get a pretty good view of what it looks like. And it was a fun sculpture to do, and I will enjoy showing this to you tonight, but I'll show you the types of clay that we can use. There's an oil-based clay, such as this, what I used to use all the time when I was a kid. I just roll it up into a ball once after I make something, roll up in a ball and make something else, and it never would harden. There's an air hardening clay, such as this, which hardens like in a couple hours or overnight, and then you can paint it, and then it's more permanent. But my preference for the clay is a clay called Super Sculpey, which can be baked in the oven about 15 or 20 minutes at 275 degrees. You can drill it, sand it, you can make a tremendous amount of detail. And what's great about this is it never hardens until you actually fire it in the oven. I'll show you the size of balls of clay we're going to be using tonight. Tonight, I'm going to be showing you, I made a form out of tin foil, and what I did is I wrapped it up into this shape here. Because what I'm going to do is be wrapping the clay around it, because I didn't want to use such a big piece of clay, because if you get the piece of clay too big, it could crack. So what I'm going to do is I made a bunch of clay balls here, and I'll show you the different sizes. This size is just very easy to work with. There's no particular reason. You can make it a little bigger if you want, a little smaller, but it's going to make it very easy for me to wrap around that piece of tin foil. So the first thing that we want to do is I want to take this tin foil now and put it right here, and I want to start covering it over with the clay. So see, I warmed up the clay with a hairdryer to make it more pliable. You put it on as hot as you can, and it makes the clay a lot more easy or pliable to work with, as you can see right now. Okay, so now that we've flattened out all the pieces of clay, we're going to wrap them around the piece of tin foil. And what I'm going to do is take this, and then we're going to just wrap it around. So we place it here. See what I'm doing there? Putting it on there like that. And then we're going to take and just keep wrapping around. See that? I'm putting that together like that. Let me see now, I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to tap on the table. That way we can flatten it out a little bit. That way. Okay, now that's looking good. Now, I want to see. I'm going to put it up against my model right there. I want to see if it's about the right height. It appears to be. Now what I want to do is take some pieces off this, and we're going to start to make. When you look at this, I'm going to start to make the face part here. What I'm touching right here. And that's what I'm going to do and put that in front. So we're going to take some clay off. And I'm going to start to put it here. See how I added that there? Just like that. And I'm going to take some more clay and add it. that. Okay. So what I'm trying to do now is, this is going to be the upper roof of the mouth right there. So I'm trying to make some indentations with my thumb to kind of get that going. Just want to see now. Yep. Building that up. You see now. Yep, that's about right. Okay, so now what we want to do, it's really starting to take shape the way I want it to. So just want to smooth some of the stuff over. That way we do the skin texture. We won't have to do this later. See that? I'm just see how that's starting to progress now? See how you can see the head is starting to take shape? Just like that. And then I want to look at my model, see what make sure that I'm doing it correctly. Put a little, build up the head a little more here. See that? Building up the top. Just like that. And then what I want to do, I think I'll start working on the eyes right now. So what I'm going to do is take let's see, I think that's approximately where I want the eyes to be. Let me check. See where I'm making the eyes right now? Right there. And right there. And I'm going to widen them up a little bit. Because this has a nice little metal ball on it. So when this is ideal for doing this right now. And then what I want to do is I'm going to take and make a little ball of clay about this size. See this right here? I'll try to put it in the palm of my hand so you can see it. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and put those holes that we made for the eyes. I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to take a little more off it and then put it in. Then I'll take and put it in the other hole. Take another little piece. Now what I want to do is take some more clay now and build up the eyebrows. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you. I'm going to take some pieces of clay off here. Make them into a little ball. Do the same for the other one, and I'll show you the size. So what I want to do, start to make the eyebrow. So what we'll do, think of almost like a banana again. I think I mentioned that last week. See how we're doing that? What we can do, we might not need all this clay, but we'll make that banana shape. I think I'll just make it a little smaller. Okay, so we're putting the banana kind of like that. See that? See how we did that? Now we're going to do the same on the other side. We'll make that banana shape. See that? Nice little banana. I want to make it sure it's about the same size as the other one. I'll take a little more clay off that, and it will be about the same. So now, I can take and put this one over here. So what I'm going to do is do that. See that and how that's coming out? It's really starting to take shape. So now we're going to do another banana type shape. We're going to use a smaller piece. I would go with something maybe about this size right here. See that? And then we're going to take, we'll do 2 of those. So I'm going to take, think of the banana. And I'm going to take and put that under there like that. And then we'll do the same for the other side. See how I did that? We're going to do the banana again. And we're going to take that and put it there. That's really starting to shape up now. See how we're starting to create the eye structure? And then, what I also want to do is take a piece of clay. I'm going to make a ball probably about this size. I'll show you right there. And we're going to take this and we're going to create the nose. So what I'm going to do is take this here. Almost think of like an upside down ice cream cone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and put that right there. Just like that. So I am going to take this and try to work it in a little bit with this here. I'm going to go to the other side and I'm going to try to work that in a little bit. Because I want it to hold. Now, I'm going to take, let's see how big, I got to make the nostrils. So I'm going to take and do that. See that? I started to create the nostrils. And another thing that I want to do is I want to start to make some clay balls. I'm going to take these off here. As you can see, I'm going to do about 5. Okay, so now what I want to do is take these, make them into clay balls. It's easier when I make them into the clay balls like this. It makes it easier to work with. Okay, so now what I want to do is, what I'm working on is those 5 clay balls. See these right here? We're going to make these, and I want to put those on top of the head and have them go down the back. And that's what we're going to proceed to do. So I'm going to take this, roll it, almost like a snake. Think of like a snake. See that? And then just like that. See, I'm shaping that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take and I'm going to put it right up top here. See that? I want to see how I'm doing this. And then I'm going to put it in the center. See how I'm doing that? And then almost went all the way down the back, which is good. And I'll proceed to do a few others. And what I'm going to do now I'm going to place this one right next to this one. See that? See how that's going? So start to place it like that. And as you can see I'm doing that? And place it there. Now I'll proceed to do the other two. And then you're going to place these up here. So I put that on top of the head. And then you're going to work your way down like that. So now, the next thing that we want to do is, he's got a couple of little ears. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you. I'll pick this up. I want to show you. See these little ears here? We're going to make those little ears there. And then we're going to make them for the other side also. And I'll show you how to do those. We're going to make them into a triangular shape. So what we're going to do is take this. I'm going to squeeze it flat, like that. Then take and make a triangle. See how I'm making the triangle there? I'm going to do the same for the other one. Flatten it out, then the triangle. They're about the same. I'll take a little off there because I want to keep them the same size. So see that? Now what we want to do is we want to take our sculpting tool. It's got a triangular shape on the head right here. Right there. And then what we're going to do is going to take and I'm going to scoop this out a little bit. Then I'm going to scoop it out on the other one. Just like that. And now what I want to do is I want to place the little ears right here. So where I put that, and then I'm going to place it on the other side at approximately the same location. Yep. See that? Let me put that there. So we've done that. And another thing that I want to do also is on the eyes, I want to create an eyeball. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my tool, it's got a round ball in it, and just create the eyeball. See how I did that? I'm going to do the same on the other side. Put that in there, and just kind of rotate it around a little bit. Just like that. See now how we got those eyes? It's really starting to take shape here now. So now I want to got that. And then one of the things that I want to do is probably next is do, what we're going to do is I'm going to take a little clay out of here because this is the jaw. So I'm going to scoop some of the clay out here. Just like that. And that's the upper jaw. See that? So what I want to do is I'll show you how to, what I did is I'm going to take some clay balls I'll show you, little tiny clay balls like this. I can put them down on the table maybe so you can see them right there. And we're going to make teeth for the upper jaw. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take these and just think of them, spin them like an ice cream cone, like this. And then, just like that, I'm going to flip this, and I'm going to put that tooth in right there. Just like that. And then I'm going to make the upside down ice cream cone again, spin it like that. Then I'm going to put it, as I said, right here. See how that's coming along? What I did earlier today, I've shown you how to do it. What I did is I did fire some of these in an oven, and I made the shapes already. So I got them in the little piece of tin foil here, and there they are right there. So to make it easier on myself, or I advise you probably could do this, you can take, and now what we can do is we can just place the teeth in here like this. I'm taking a tooth that I already created, and putting that in. See how that's starting to take shape? Makes it easier to put them in like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these teeth and put them all the way around on both sides. And now I'm placing the last and final tooth in the upper jaw. You can see that. So what I'm going to do now is just go around, make sure that the teeth are in there nice and solid. Push the clay up against them so just like that. So now you can see the teeth. See how I did them? Pretty cool, huh? An easy way of doing them if you pre-make them. Now, the next thing that we want to do is I want to make the lower jaw. So that's going to be this piece right here. And we're going to do this, well, I'm going to take the pre-made teeth and do the same thing with that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to flatten this clay out a little bit, and then I'll show you the shape of the jaw that we want. Just like that. See how that's starting to take shape? That's the shape we want for the lower jaw. So we're going to kind of see, yep, looks like it's going to be all right. So now what we want to do is I want to go back. Now I can just take these pre-made teeth and we can put them in. So I want to put that, I'll show you. See how this, we put that in right there. Put that one in on that side. See how I put those four in? And we're going to proceed to do both sides of this jaw too. And now I'll put the last and final tooth in the bottom jaw. So that's the way it should look when it's completed. See how that looks? Pretty cool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and make sure I push some of the clay up against, just to make sure that they stay in all right. And another thing that I want to do now is I want to make the tongue. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of clay here, roll it into a ball, and then I'm going to flatten it out with my fingers like this. See how we're making it flat? And then what I want to do is make your basic tongue shape. See how it's got nice and flat? Then this is the shape that you want to create. See how I'm taking my fingers and pinching it, making that shape? And then what I want to do is I want to make a line down the center of the tongue. Like that. And then what we're going to do, I want to give this some texture. So what I'm going to take, this got a little ball on the end of it. And I'm just going to take and do this. And press that in there like that. See, you get to see the little indentations? I want to give it some texture. Go all the way around. We'll do both sides. See that? Just like that. And now what I want to do is I'll do some on the sides. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, curl this up a little bit. Excuse me. Take, see the shape? I must make it look like a little slide. I'm going to take and put that in the mouth like this. See that? Then I'm going to take and put it in like that. And I'm going to place it under here. But you know what? I want to make another indentation here because I'm going to use my fingers, make an indentation here. It's going to make it easier for us to do. Okay. As you can see, I'm trying to place it now. See that? I'm pushing it in there like that. Then I'm doing that. See how that came out? Really starting to take shape now. So the next thing that we want to do is, oops, I want to take this clay here. We'll make a couple more balls. Now what I'm going to do is take and roll them like this. It'll make it easier for us. See that? How I'm making that? What I'm going to do is take that piece of clay and place it right there like that. It might be a little bit too long, but you know what we do? We just pinch it off like this. Make sure we got the right size. And then we're going to do the same for the other side. Let's get this, roll it. Just like this. See that? That's the shape you want. And we're going to come back over here. See where I'm putting this? Right now? Right there? And you take and just put it there like that. We'll take and pinch that off there. Okay, it's really starting to come along nicely. Just want to make sure that that's permanently attached. Do it from both sides. Just like that. There we go. That's nice. So, the next thing that we want to do is I have a little more clay right over here. I have to break it into a new bar, but I'll just break it off little pieces. Because then, as I said, we just roll it into a ball. There's one. Then we're going to do a second one. Then the second ball. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to add a little more, take a little clay, take a little piece off this, and I want to add it to the jar here a little bit. See this? I'm going to put that there like that. See how I did that? We're going to do the same on the other side. Get that. Did you see this little piece of clay? What I'm going to do, just see that, roll it in your fingers like that. I'm not going to use all of it. I'm going to pinch off a piece right here. See how I did that? I added that piece there like that for the jaw. So the next thing that we want to do now, so we want to start adding some of the detail to for skin texture and things like that. So let me see, but there's some areas I might have to build up a little more. I just might build this up a little. Doesn't look too bad. Maybe I'll just add a little more clay over here to the jar over here. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to start to make this look more like Godzilla. So I'm going to take, we got that, we got the nose. So now what I want to do is take and use this tool. So I'm making, it's got a little round ball on it on the end, about that size. You see that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm just going to start making some texture here by pushing that in like that. Like that. And I'm going to come over to the other side, do the same thing. And then what I also want to do for the next step is I want to take, we get a tool, the right tool. See these pieces that we put on before? I just want to maybe make them a little more triangular. See how I'm pinching them? So kind of making them almost like a little triangle, like this, going down. So now that we've done that, I want to show you what we're going to do now. So we're going to start up here, and we're going to go like this. See how we're doing that all the way across? We want to give it some nice texture. And what you're going to do is, see this procedure here? I'm doing this. You're going to do this all the way down the back. So you're going to continue doing that whole process all the way down there like that. And these here, I know that if you want to extend them, you can take little pieces of clay here and you can extend these all the way to the bottom, like I'll show you here. If you want to add another piece of clay here, see how I just did that? And I'll bring it right to the bottom. And what you're going to do is you're going to continue doing that all the way across, all the way down like that. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to do the eyes. So I want to rough these up a little bit. So take this and just kind of take the tool and kind of just work it like that. Rough it up a little bit. Just like that. And then another thing that we're going to do is around here on the jawline, we can take and rough this up a little bit like this. Do that. And then you're going to do this, and then what you're going to proceed is going to do this under here like this. Do all that, and you're going to do that whole underside like that. Once you've completed that, the next thing you want to do is actually go back to the face again, and we're going to take, let's see, we're going to take, which tool? I think we'll take the triangular tool, and just going to go like this, making like a little indentation, make like a little line. Okay. See how I'm doing that? And you're going to proceed to do that on both sides like that. Just take it. You can do that on both sides of the face. And then in the front here, you do the same thing. See how I did that? Now, another thing that we want to do is we want to take our tool here and go like that. See what I'm doing there? Just like that. Go all the way down. Just like that. And then you're going to go to the front and do the same thing over here. See this? Just like that. See how I'm doing that? Now, what you want to do is you want to take this tool here. It's got the round head, as you can see. And we're going to take and go down like this. Create lines like this to create the texture. And then we're going to proceed to do the same thing up here again. See how I'm doing that? Just like that. See, I'm going all the way down like that. Creates a very nice texture. I'll show what we do in a minute as we're coming down there and doing that. You're going to do that all the way across like that. But then what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece, this tool here, and go like this. So you're going to create, see that? See how that's creating that really nice texture? You're going to do that all the way across on there. But I just wanted to show you how to do it. See how nice that looks? So that's how you do the texture for that. And like I showed you, you want to scratch this up with the tool, kind of go around with the lines like that. And then you want to go here and do the same thing on the bottom of the jaw. But now what we want to do is, for this, I'll just show you on one side. You want to take this tool here and go like this. See how I'm doing that? Just like that. Then we come back up here and do the same thing again. But you know what I'm going to do? Instead of using the flat one now, I'm going to use the circular one because I think it'll make it look a little bit better. See I'm doing that? Just like that. See that? Now, you're going to continue doing this all the way across here like this, all the way to the other side there. like that. So you'll do that on both sides, this side, and you'll do it again on this side. You'll do it exactly that way. So when you're finished, I'll show you what the finished sculpture will look like once you're completed. This is the final version of the Godzilla head. So as you can see how we did the beautiful tongue in the mouth with all the teeth and everything? See how I scratched up the underside? And then see the pattern that I created here? There's little squares. And then you see how we made the lines on this side, and we made the lines on this side. And then see how I did the pattern there for the skin? Go all the way down like that, and create that. And then when you see the top of the head, remember how we were taking the tool and we were making the lines? So you go all the way down like that. You know, I didn't do it all the way to the bottom because pretty much I wanted to show you how to do the head. And as you can see, I'll just rotate it. You see the nose, how we took that little round tool and kind of made little indentations. The beautiful eyes. And that's what he looks like from this side. And I do want to thank you for coming to Creations in Clay tonight. And I do want to thank you, like I said, for coming. And I do look forward to seeing you again next week. Goodbye for now.